Welcome back, honored kings and queens. Welcome back, right back at it. Yes, we're going to the mirror case as usual, just to find out if you can see some sense in the proceedings. And there's something that's going on there with this reading of the records, right? Before we do all of that, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. When we drop content like this, you will be notified. Now, I just wanted to look at why is it that Baloy decided to start this course on the 28th of October, right? I just wanted to find out why. There's gotta be something there. Something is there because if you look at this little research that I did, I just wanted to find out what was going on the 29th of October. And then it says here on 29th of October, the high profile Senzomera case was at the critical early stage following the first appearance of the 5 suspects. First court appearance, this is what you have to note, 27th October 2020. And note, when did Baloy start reading his records? His phone records. The first one that he read, that he was saying it was from Mama Ntanzi, and what was the way he was saying it, I don't know how he's saying that name. Mama Nokaya Ntanzi. The first call is on the 29th of October. So they decided to skip the previous 2 days before those calls. So I think the defense should just look into that. They should just go revisit those records and look what was going on with those records, because you find out that these guys probably were at court and these calls were being made as well on the 27th of October. So they might just check that date out. What was happening on the 27th of October? Because Baloy started conveniently on the 29th. And I'm wondering why. Because if you wanted to lay a clear picture, he would have started even like after the time that Ntanzi got arrested. That's the time around 20 June. That's the time that 16 June. I think that's the time that he would have decided, yeah, let's get this record. But there's a reason why they didn't get the whole records starting from 2014. The records would have been honest, and then it would have shown that now whatever the state is saying is not possible. Now, I'm happy that Ntanzi is getting the hang of things, but sometimes he just gets a little bit overexcited and he talks too much. And it's on a negative side for him because Rata is watching him with a keen eye and he gets irritated. I'll show you some parts where you can see that he's clearly irritated and he's not even noting when Ntanzi is elaborating like he's elaborating. But when Girinda was elaborating and Zungu was telling lies on the stand, being sarcastic, he decided, no, I'm gonna note this. These are important factors. But now Ntanzi starting to get the hang of things, because I was proud, I was excited, I got, jacked up when I heard him saying Baloy was trying to, just put an identity on the calls, on the numbers of Lungisan. He said, this is Lungisani's number, right? And then he said, I'm the one who mentioned that this is Lungisani's number. So you, Baloy, can't pretend that you brought this information to court. I'm the one who brought it. So you haven't proven that that's Lungisani's number. I was like, yeah, my man, you are getting the hang of it. You are now on the road. I think this pressure that Baloy is trying to cook is really nothing, because you can hear that he's just asking silly questions. What does Zungu's what does Ntanzi's grandmother have to do with all of this? Why does he have to bring that mother into this muddy affair? Now, that's another thing that I'm kind of perplexed about, is that Baloy is just leading questions that if you ask yourself what's the purpose of this, he's telling us the purpose of this is trying to connect some of the people that were appearing there with accused number 5. But now, how is the grandmother going to help in that regard? And that's another thing that I recognize, is that always when Ntanzi speaks, because Baloi doesn't really have much to hang on, he uses whatever is coming from Ntanzi, and then he will grab onto that and question him further on whatever he will say. And that's really working against Ntanzi, because sometimes he lets in too much information, because he will say, that's my brother, and then who's your brother? Then he will give out the name, and then where does he work? Do you know him from? Like, we start now getting into that guy, something that came with Ntanzi. That's why Ntanzi was saying, I'm the one who came with the numbers for Lungisane, and even made the court aware of that. Now, I just want us to listen to the little tish-tash, the little flim-flam that was going on with Baloi, right? When he was putting these numbers to Ntanzi, and then Ntanzi elaborated that, my man, I've been telling you time and time and again that I got arrested, my phone got, confiscated by the cops. It got repossessed. Now, Mbabena came to me when we were in court, I think in Chabani, and then I told him, since my phone is there with you, I can hear that it's ringing on you. This guy called Buthelez's number there. Let's take it out. Let's phone that guy so that he can bring me some, washing material, like, some things to bath and some clothes. And Mbabena took out the phone, took it out in front of him, and while he was still handcuffed, made him show him how the pattern is done, and then he opened it himself. Mbabena called Ntanzi. I called Buthelezi and gave Ntanzi the phone to, in fact, not really gave him the phone because he was handcuffed. I could suppose that the phone was probably put on his ear so that the call can proceed. Now, this is nothing that the judge is noting. You will see when that Ntanzi is saying all of this, because Baloi was trying to cut him short, and then Ramosepo had to come in and say, no, my man, this has been happening, so we are going to allow it in this case. Let's just take a listen.
Umbhoshongo ke 3G flying saucer NGA.
Do you have any comment?
He's asking, where is this place?
Yes. Well, the flying saucer interchange, it's a known fact, it's in Pretoria.
Say Pretoria.
Just past Waterkloof.
Modlula nje i-Waterkloof.
Yebo, ngiyazangazi ukuthi kuphi la. Ingakho nje ngibuza ukuthi kukuphika khona la ngoba amanye awasho ukuthi akuphi. Lena ngiyazi ukuthi kuphi.
I don't know where this place is. That is why I was asking where exactly, because on the previous occasion you mentioned where these towers were.
Nokuthi yona isondelene nayiphika lama police station sengiwahlalile onke.
And I also want to know this tower is close to which police station that I had been detained.
Yes. On? Yes. As we explained to Mr. Ntanzi, the flying saucer interchange, it's a known fact. It's on the N1 near the R21 split.
Uyachaza ke mshushuzi ukuthi le flying saucer interchange lesikhuluma ngayo ke ingaphinda iseduze ke no N1 ngalapha ngaku R21.
Mawuya ko Johannesburg, Rustenburg, Pretoria ngazi.
Going to where? Johannesburg, Pretoria, Rustenburg, or to where exactly?
Yes, either way.
Ngaba uyi Johannesburg, ngaba Pretoria, ngaba uyi futhi no Rustenburg.
Let me cut it there. I just want to go to the part that I want to show you. Let's listen to that part a little bit. The part
Tingling
that I
and
wanted to
numbness
show
could be
you.
signs of vitamin B deficiency. Neurobion helps
This is
treat
where
vitamin B
Rata is just
deficiency
sitting there
to
while
relieve
Ntanzi
these
is talking.
symptoms at the
Not
root.
taking any notes.
Ask your pharmacist about neurobion.
Important.
ngisho emgodini apho engisebenza khona kunama-section angeke ngazi wathi basenza umgodi wonke.
Even where I'm working in the
Tingling and numbness could be
that-
signs of
that's not
vitamin
nice,
B deficiency. Neurobion helps treat vitamin B
Not nice,
deficiency
not nice with
to
that.
relieve these symptoms at the root.
Just let it pass.
Ask your pharmacist about neurobion.
There will always be adverts.
If you weren't around tomorrow,
Come on, man.
could your family
Second
keep
one.
going? Get 4 million rand life cover from just
Come on,
500.
the second one, killing me.
ditch, there are sections. I won't know everybody that stays there.
We did put it to that the address of Mr. Sifokuhle Ntuli on the indictment is Usutu village. So he and Mr. Shus Zondo come from the same place.
Siye sakubekela ukuthi ke umnumzane
Is jumping. Just look at the way Rata is jumping at the mention of accused number 5's name. He jumped out to take notes. When Ntanzi was asking, it was
Siphokuhle
quiet.
Ntuli ubuya lapha ke uSuthu futhi nokuthi ushoes shoto yena uSiphokuhle nayo ushoes ke babuye endaweni eyodwa lapho uSuthu village.
Nkosi enkantolo uSuthu lukhulu.
My lord, uSuthu is huge.
Umsola wehlanga uphuma kuluphi uSuthu phambi kwecourt.
The accused number 5, which part of uSuthu is he coming from?
Ngoba lapho kwakhe khona oshuzi mina ngazi ukuthi imizi yakwaZondo la zange ngizokuthiwa khona umuzi wakwaNtuni wakwaZungu leya ndawo le.
Because where Shoes stays, in my knowledge, I know that the Zondo people that occupies that area. I've never heard that there's Nduli people staying there.
Thank you. Can we then get back to, sorry we digress a bit, to get back to the calls between you and Mama Nokanya Ntanzi, index number 73 with the number 079 7153774.
Sizophinde futhi ke sibuyele noma bese siphumile abesibanga khona sophinde futhi sibuyele futhi ke emuva lapha ke sikhombisa ke ucingo ke noma ama call ke laba khona phakathi kwakho nayo mama Nokhanya ke number yakho 0797153747.
We're still busy with Exhibit DD5, brackets E Roman figure 1, page 85 of 200, case ID 1031227.
Sisenza ke no page 85 lapho sakhuluma khona.
Your number 060-901-6890 on 29 October 2020 at 21:50 and 16 seconds made an outgoing call, received an incoming call or an MTC lasting 1,602 seconds from Mama Nokanya's number 07971537774. The tower is 3G Queensuit NGA.
Siyabona ke lapha emaphepheni ke ukuthi ke inombolo yakho ke u0609016890 mhla ka 29 October ngo2020 isikhathi ke ku21:50:16 yathola ke ucingo ke lubuya ke uye nomama Nokhanya ke ulaba ke 1,602 seconds na yenza ke lokhu 3G khona lapha eQueenswood.
It's plus minus 19 minutes, the call duration.
Isikhathi ke sokucingo lo ngaba ke imizuzu ke ngaba 19.
Do you have any comment?
khona mhlawumbe ufuna ukusho kulokho?
Ngizophinda ngiyiphendule Nkosi enkantolo. Mina Nkosi enkantolo ngangenafoni.
I would answer again and say I did not have a phone then.
Alikho iphoyisa elingathi likubopha likuyeke nefoni.
There is no police official that will arrest you and still leave you with your phone.
Ifoni yami ihamba kimi emshushise ayivaliwe.
When my phone was taken, it was not turned or switched off.
But it was pattern.
It was?
It had a pattern. It was pattern locked.
Kodwa ke ifoni yakho ke kunayo ke mhlambe ke iphatheni ke indlela oyivula ngayo eyaziwa wena.
Ngizophinda nguphendule futhi phambi kweNkosi enkantolo. Mina mangiye court eRustenburg ngifuna into zokugeza. Ifoni yami ikhala emotweni la ngoba iringtone yakhona ngiyayazi mina.
My lord, when I was in Rustenburg, when I requested for cosmetics, my phone rang inside the motor vehicle since I know my
Yes.
phone.
Mina ngitshena uMabhena ngithi ngoba ifoni yami iphethe ngicela ungikhiphele inamba kaButhelezi ngifanele uButhelezi engilethele into zokugeza ngikhona futhi ngofanele ulebohila lethe impahla zokugqoka enoButhelezi.
I then requested Mabena and I said to him, since my phone is with him, can you call Butele so that he can bring for me my cosmetics and also call Kilebo Khile.
Yes, I'm sorry. That aspect is already on record. Sorry to interrupt. It's already on record. All that you wanted.
So sorry, Mr. Ntanzi, that cannot be fair. My Lord has always said, when a witness is answering them, you've asked a question, let the witness answer and finish his answer. Now, Mr. Alvarez disrupts Mr. Ntanzi because the answer is uncomfortable to him.
No, not at all, my lord. All that we ask the witness.
Yeah. The answer is uncomfortable to Baloyi because he's negating all that he's been doing. Because what they're trying to do here with that, I think I get the strategy now. They're just trying to put a lot of information on the record so that whoever is reviewing the case has to go through mounds and mounds of paper. And they have to see a lot of these things, these records, and they wanted the answers coming from Ntanzi to also reflect whatever they're trying to, like the destination that they're driving at. They want them answers to be like that, because if he keeps on saying, not saying what Baloyi is expecting, like because he was expecting him to say, yeah, nah, my phone had a pattern and stop there. That's the record that he wants. Now, if Ntanzi puts another, couple of words on top of that, it messes up his whole progress, because now he has to work on, say, a couple of more numbers with Ntanzi saying yes. That's what he was expecting, but now he's not going to get that. Ntanzi has been awake the whole time, making sure that he reminds him, my phone was taken. And just look at the judge. Now I want you to look at the judge. This is the right moment to look at the judge and what he's doing. Tell me if he's taking any notes, if he's aware of this, what Ntanzi is saying.
This was whether the phone was pattern locked. That's all. So it's either yes or no. We did not want him to, and he's repeating what is already on record, my lord. So we're just merely trying to save time, my lord. And not uncomfortable as the counsel is such.
Nah, you can't be saving any time. We're not. Yes, it's time wasting champ. No. You are a time wasting champ. You are not saving any time. With all this reading of like useless records, no man. You can't be claiming that you are saving any time. Nah, that one you can't.
Umnumzana Ramusipili ke uyabeka la enkantolo ukuthi ke inkosi enkantolo ke yachaza ngaphambilini yathi ke uma ngabe ufakazi noma ke umuntu omile ke la ephambi kwenkantolo ephendula umbuzo obuziwe kumele ukuthi anikezwe ke ithuba lokuthi ke impendulo yakhe ayibeke yonke ngokuphelele. Manje uthi ke Ramusipili ke kubonakala ngathi manje umshushisi ke le mpendulo omnikeza yona mhlambe ke ayihambisani naye kahlehle ingakho ke ezama ukuvimba. Uyaphendula umshushisi uthi cha khonjalo ke yena ke into ayibuzile ke uyabuza ukuthi ke yona le phone yakho ke le esikhuluma ngayo ke namhlanje ke inayo ke mhlambe isifanekiso ke phecelezi pattern na yiyo le phela impendulo beyifuna kulo mbuzo lo ke lawubuza.
And this was based on your previous answer that your phone was not switched off, and all that we put to you was that the phone was pattern locked. That's all that we were putting to you.
By default, is Balwe now accepting that the phone was not switched off? So here's the thing. I'm just surprised that he's not even questioning that. But this is supposed to be a prosecutor, right? Even checking out the cops if they are faltering. But he is not even giving it, betting an eye, like it's an eyelid. Like he's just continuing with his work as if everything is normal. Even the judge should be saying like, what? These cops didn't package the phone immediately when it was given, when they met the suspect. Now, here's another thing that was said by Pahlani in the ad hoc committee. He told us that there's no need for a Section 205. As soon as they arrest you, they have to take all of your things, whatever's on you, your shoelaces, whatever, your belt, whatever, things that could be dangerous that you could unalive yourself with, your money, whatever, bracelets, if you have jewelry, whatever. They have to take all of that and put it in a section, I think, he said SAP 220 or 20, I don't know. He said some number there. And then that's where it's a prisoner's belongings record. Now, where is that record? Paulo never brought that record here. That says, on this day when we arrest this guy, we found this and this and this on him. Where is that record? For every jail that he was, or every police station that he was sleeping at as an arrestee. Let's listen some more now. I want you to watch that. Just watch that. The way he's irritated, you will see that he doesn't really appreciate that Ramosepele has got him by the nuts, so he's got no room to maneuver, because he laid that foundation to say when a victim, when an accused person, or in fact a witness is talking, they understand, just let him elaborate. Now he has to eat that pill. It's kind of bitter.
Phezulu ukuthi ke wena uyawanikeza impendulo eshoyo ukuthi ke ngale ngathi ifoni ithathwa kuwena ibingacishiwe ke yena wasekubekela ukuthi noma ingacishiwe ke ifoni yakhe ke ibinawo na umfanekiso lo uvula ngayo ifoni ke iyona into nje phela lekafuna ukuthi uphendule kuyona.
Yes,
ingoba nami phambi kwenkosi enkantolo ngifuna ukuvezela ukuthi lento ekhuluma yayilona eqiniso ukuthi ngoba mina ifoni yami mangiyekhothela Rustenburg kuthiwa mangisho iphethini ibanjwe kanje ngifasiwe izandla uma bheno uyayishaya iphethini ngiyamtshela ngishaya iphethini kuze ngithole inamba.
So immediately when he speaks about Mabena, he threw the pen down and he sat back and he watched it. How could you write like this? Somebody's still speaking. There's no way that you're not paying attention. You're just paying attention. It's just that you don't want to know that. He's messing up your script. The script was supposed to be, yeah, my phone did have a pattern, and then do, and then what do you say about this call, Mama and whoever and you? I didn't have a phone, but your phone had a pattern. Yeah, good. That's what they are looking for. But now Ntanzi is not giving him that, and now since Ramosepele objected, there's no way to maneuver. He just have to sit there and just get pissed off. Like it is now. Look at the judge.
That is why I also want to elaborate and explain that when my phone was taken from me, they wanted me to.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform made for anyone with an idea and a drive to bring it to life. Describe what you want and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction.
If you want to comment or share, thank you.
to give the pattern. At that time, I was handcuffed and I gave my pattern. My banner used the pattern on the phone.
Yes. And
Yeah,
we don't want to interrupt. If you want to continue, you can do so. Yes.
Ungaqhubeka, uthi akafuni ukuvimba, ungaqhubeka.
ngiyamtshela ukuthi inamba kaButhelezi ibhala uthini ibhala ukuthi Buthelezi wayikhipha wayidayala efonini yakhe wafona wanginika ifoni ngakhuluma noButhelezi.
And I also told him that my banner's number on the phone is.
The judge is now fixing his belt now. Doesn't care what this guy is saying. He's pissed off.
Saved as my banner. He then dialed the number and then gave me the phone and I spoke
Yes.
to Tellers.
But you have just confirmed that your phone was pattern locked. That's all that we're interested in.
Okwamanje sosibekele ke wasichazela ukuthi ifoni yakho yake ngempela ibinaso isifanekiso. Uthi lo mshushisi yiko lokho nje bafuna ukukwazi mayelana ke nodaba lwefoni.
Kusenkantolo ifoni yami ayiphethe.
My lord, my phone is patterned.
Angunqabi lokho.
I'm not denying or disputing that.
Ivuliwe ukuthi angikhona ifoni yami ivula ngikhona ngithi ngiphendule inkantolo.
My phone was unlocked in my presence. That is what I'm explaining to the court.
Thank you.
Ingakho naphambi kwenkantolo bengibuza ukuthi kahle kahle ifoni yami ayenziwani ngamaphoyisa.
That is why I have a question before the court that exactly what did the police do with my phone?
Thank you.
The judge is pissed. The judge is pissed. Like as irritated as you. He's irritated. He can't take this. But now he has to sit there and take it because he laid the bricks, the foundation.
Thank you. If we can then get back to the calls, your number 060.
We're tired of hearing these numbers things. I think Baloi doesn't really have a plan. The plan is just to confuse the record, just add a pile of records, just add volume. It's volume. It's work. They tie you by volume, and then you have to relook everything. At the end, you can't get a clear picture because there's so many records. I think this is how he's been winning these cases against very amateur, probably advocates. I don't know, but they say he has a stellar record. But now I see he overwhelms you with redundant questions and volume, a lot of records. So if your judge, if your lawyer is not really up to scratch with the research problems. Anyway, guys, thank you for that visit that you paid me. And then I'm going to read, thank you, Tebogoma for coming to. Good evening. What's up, King? Sharp, my brother. He waited a long time, a lot of time during Gomezu for exhausting severe Uncle Man. Yeah, they were doing a purpose. My King, Smokey 375G. Yeah, you even got a tag name with the case 375. Big up. My King, one cannot help but think that Balu is possessed. He's alone. This thing, and no one can get him out of it. Nah, man, it's easy to get out of this. All he has to do is just admit defeat. It happened. You were a pass, you were stint, like you come okay, man. I mean, it's not like that to be the end of the world, but he would have saved face at least. It will be a little bit of disgrace, via he lost the case, but it wouldn't be a much bigger disgrace like this because let's put things in perspective. Everybody's talking sweet things about Elton Hart, that guy from JB, the lawyer from University of Johannesburg, and then everybody's singing praises about advocate Nguga Itobi. What are people saying about Shamila Batu? What kind of flag is she getting? Since now, even at the Nkabinde inquiry, now they are showing like very, very, very graphic pictures of what that squad was doing. That squad was like summarily executing people. So why do you think people have that kind of view towards your job, like as a public servant? You are a public servant because you are a prosecutor and you are getting a salary, tax money. So you have to like somehow appease the people. But if you're not appeasing the people, we are not saying don't do your work, but do your job in a proper manner so that people are satisfied when they look at it. Now, you can get the same respect that Advocate Ngugai Tobi is getting, because you can see here when that guy is there, even when he's fighting for somebody who we feel like this guy, like somehow, there's that thing that sometimes when somebody is going in front of the court, already we have a view. It's natural. I would just feel like this person is guilty before you even get to speak your get your chance to speak your case. Now, even when he's representing people like that, Advocate Ngugai Tobi, he does it with grace, man, and he's fighting his war in a very, you can see he's doing it legally with all the clauses and the cases that are available to his stupendously magnificent thinking legal mind. Now, when Balo is doing all these things, how can you get respect from the people? I mean, probably is happy with the respect that he's getting from those 20 people that are always there, about 10, Miss M, and the rubbish that is always there, talking rubbish. Probably is proud of that respect, even Rata. But it's not good, because even if you look at the channels that are on YouTube that are talking about the Senzo Miwa case, forget the others, just the ones that are talking about the Miwa case. There's a lot of them. There's a couple of them. How many are there of the people that are supporting these disgraced legal minds? How many are there on YouTube? Tell me about it. There was one that was started. I think I don't know if they started it or they were just trying to do it by that guy who was always on YouTube. The guy with the chubby guy, and the guy who's always featured on Newsroom. Those guys tried to do it, but that was only them. Now it tells you a lot with the stats that are currently in your face.